Hello, I'm back. My name's Elly and this is the Curio Stitches podcast. It's been a couple of months since I last recorded, but there's a big reason for that. I've been doing a lot of changing. So this is a podcast about knitting, spinning, sewing, dyeing yarn and my shop, curiostitches.com. Also pattern design, because I now full-time pattern designer and yarn dyer, bag maker, mask maker. I do it all. But yes. Okay, so as I said, my name's Elly and I am coming to you from Exeter, which is right down the southwest of England. And today is Thursday, the 24th of September. So when did I last record? Was it some point in July? I know I put up a little video on Instagram earlier, and then I did a little minute-long video the other day. Thank you so much to everyone that, left feedback for me on that about yarn choices and etc. So yeah, I am wanting to start recording on a more regular basis. And by regular, I don't mean every month or whatever. I mean, hopefully once. I'm really hoping to be able to record twice a week. I haven't got set days yet, which I know is a big no-no. But my thoughts are either a Monday and a Thursday or a Tuesday and a Friday. Today is Thursday. And I'm recording now purely so I don't lose the grits to do so. And also because a lot of my friends have been saying, yes, come on, come back. So, hello. Okay, so I figure I'd better start with explaining why I had such a big gap. I wasn't happy. Everything else in my life took over, and my mental health took a dip. My physical health took a little dip, and I felt just lost, I suppose. So I completely stepped back. My past sort of was haunting me, not anything I had done, but what has happened to me. And so I shut down Curio Yarns. I deleted that Instagram. So if you followed me over there on Instagram as Curio Yarns, I'm sorry, it's gone. I have started from scratch on Instagram. I've changed everything on Facebook. I have really needed to draw a line and start fresh. So that's what I'm doing. So I hope we will be able to say this is, sort of a new beginning. I'm carrying on, sort of taking on from where I was before. But I feel so much better within myself for everything that I've done to get to this point now. I'm trying to be happier in my life, and I am taking steps to make that possible. Instead of constantly fighting my demons, if that's what you want to call it, on my past, I'm learning to live for now and look to the future, which is very exciting. So, speaking about living for now, I have got a few things to talk to you about today. First things first, what am I wearing? It's been a while. Okay, so if you were here before, you might remember this. If you're not, if you're new, hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. This is my Felix pullover by Christoffers. It's a very simple raglan pullover with these lace bits here. It's cropped. So mine comes to here, literally on my belt line. I'm at the smallest size because I'm not anything but small, if that's the thing. Anyway, rambling. Right, so I used Cascade Hollywood for mine, and it was in the black, but it's actually got, I hope you can see, all these sparkles, and they're all different colours. You've got pinks, blue, gold, silver, you know, green, and it's really pretty. This jumper is really comfy. I knit 2 pattern. I didn't do anything different. It was very fast. I can't remember if I knitted something between 2 and 4 or 5 days. I know that on one day I sat and I did the whole body, because it's just round and round. It's very easy, very simple. Anyone can knit this pattern. Well, I say anyone. If you can knit and purl, you can knit this pattern. Because there's no shaping. The lace work on the sleeve tops here, front and back. Very simple. So yeah, Amy Christoffers. I'm not on Ravelry, so I'm not going to send you to Ravelry. I was on Ravelry. I can't use Ravelry anymore. I don't want to get into the politics of it. My stance is I'm not happy with Ravelry. I've taken my patterns off there. I've taken everything of mine off there. I don't exist on Ravelry anymore. But you can find me on Curio Stitches. I'm everywhere else. Curio Stitches. So yes, if you can still use Ravelry and you choose to do so, you will find this on there. If not, then it is on Instagram. And if you can't use Ravelry, I'm sure if you message Amy Christoffers, you know, in a Facebook group or Instagram or whatever, she may be able to direct you somewhere else to get it. I don't know. But yes, so that's what I'm wearing. Okay, what I've been knitting on. Well, I have, like I said, used the past couple of months to get myself on track with my designs. I keep looking in front of me and I should be looking there. I'm using a different camera. And I have got ahead of myself in the fact that I've designed too many things and I can't knit them fast enough. So for my my designs coming out tomorrow, now this is delayed by 2 months, had to take the break, not going to apologise for it, is my New Moon slipper socks. So these are knit in DK weight yarn. They are toe up. You could translate it to knit top down. They've got a short row heel. I don't know why I'm turning it that way, you can't see. I need to go there, don't I? So it's a short row heel, very nice. And the yarn is John Arbon in the Knit by Numbers DK. And these are slipper socks. So you could wear them in shoes or boots. But if you're going to knit them to wear in boots, use a yarn. Any DK yarn will knit to this gauge as long as you use the right needles, etc. And you manage to get gauge the pattern. You can use any DK weight yarn. If you want to wear them for more, sorry, that's one of my old, heavyweight usage, try and get a DK weight yarn with nylon in. Or even bamboo. Bamboo works just as well, as does a silk. They do the same, or they work on the same principle as nylon, so they reinforce the fibres and they prevent wear. So these are the New Moon slipper socks, and they come in 4 sizes. I have a UK size 6 foot. And each one of my socks took 35 grams, which yardage, about 70 meters per sock. So yes, they go from a 52 stitch to a 64 stitch. I knit the 56 stitch, which if I was knitting a finger and weight sock, I cast on for 64 stitch count. And these are, they're fitted, but they're not tight. So they're very comfy, very warm, and it's just something to wear around the house, or with a pair of trainers if I'm just popping down the road or whatever. So yes, so these are coming out tomorrow. They'll be on my website at 6 o'clock. Okay, so on curiostitches.com, these are the new moon slipper socks. Now, not last week, the week before, I released my scrying sweater pattern finally. Basically, a few people said, I've been waiting to knit that. Oh, sorry. So my scrying sweater pattern is also on curiostitches.com. If you go across the page, there is a patterns tab under more, I think it is. But it's right across on the right hand side. And there is a discount on there as well. I think it's a 20% off the patterns. But the code is magic. So yeah. I have another pattern coming out, hopefully on Halloween, if, fingers crossed, if all my testers are finished knitting. Now I have 6 people, plus myself, knitting on this shawl. It is the Crescent Moon shawl, and you can knit it in fingering weight or sport weight, and with or without beads, and there is a small size and a large size. And it's really pretty. Now I'm not going to show you until the week before it's coming out. Have a look online. You know, on Instagram, my test knitters are using the hashtags I think it's Moon Phase Collection or Lunar Phase Collection, and the Crescent Moon shawl, and Curio Stitches designs, Curio Stitch designs. Something like that. I'll put the hashtags here. So yes, I have a shawl coming. It's the Crescent Moon shawl, and then at the end of the year, I would like to release another one of my patterns, which is the Feline Phantom. I'm so excited for this one. It's another pullover or sweater or jumper, wherever you are in the world, whatever you want to call one of these. I call them jumpers, but you know, sweater, jumper, it's all intermixed. So I need some test knitters for that, please. The pattern goes from to fit a 28-inch to a 70-inch bust circumference. It is a straight up and down. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a anybody can wear this jumper, whatever your gender or orientation is. I would say unisex, but that feels very out of date these days. And I know so many people that don't even like using that phrase because it stipulates that you have to be one or the other. So I'm not going to use that anymore. So whatever your view of your own body, I'll say, you can wear this jumper because it is straight. If you want to put shaping into the pattern yourself, it's very easy to do so. Send me a message and I will send you a little PDF that is like an add-on that's for free. You know, if you want to have it, if you buy the pattern when it's released and you want to put in some shaping, I can send you a shaping PDF because I've already got that set. So I need 8 test knitters, please. It is worked in DK weight yarn. There is another version that will be coming that's going to be fingering weight yarn. It's just quicker for me to knit it in DK as for everyone else. So I'll be putting out the test call for that this evening. And I'm going to say that I'm going to let people have between 2.5 and 3 months for that, just because it's a garment, you know. But I would really appreciate it if people could, you know, message me and say, yay, I'll do it, sort of thing. But yeah, it's called the Feline Phantom. Okay, what else do I need to talk about? Right, knitting that's not my designs. So, on my last full episode, I cast on, or I was about to cast on, the pink velvet. No, I had cast on, and I was just starting the colour work. So I cast on, and I was about here on this, which is the pink velvet by Andrea Knits. Now, I am knitting, what size am I knitting? I'm doing the second size, which is for a 36-inch finished bust. So that gives me a couple of inches of positive ease. It'll sit a bit like this, a little bit less, a bit more fitted. This one is meant to be a 39-inch, but my gauge was ever so slightly smaller than that needed to be. So this is, on me, it's supposed to have 5 inches of positive ease, which it may have. But that one, I want to do 36. So, I am using my black yarn, which is Poison. It's not actually Poison. I just really love it. So this is my Poison colourway, which is black on my fingering weight. And then I'm using Malabrigo yarns. Their lace weight, which is 100% baby merino wool. There we go. And originally it was in the Jacinto colourway. Can you see that? I can't see because my fingers are in the way. A bit too close. There you go. But I overdyed it. It was very rich cadmium blue violety colourway, but I had to overdye it to this beautiful purple. Beautiful. So I've not knit on this a lot. It kind of got a bit forgotten, but I have knitted on it quite a bit. So ignore where this is. This is just to tell me where my sleeves got separated, so I can measure from that. So this is it so far. Isn't it beautiful? It's so pretty. So yes. Oh, I can't wait to wear this. It's so lovely. So of course this is pre-blocked. But even still, you can see it's my silhouette. Just sitting here. I am doing it longer than the pattern calls for because although cute, you know, crop jumpers and things can look cute, I want to cover my tummy. I don't have a belly or anything. I just want to cover my tummy because winter. So at the moment, if I stand up, you will see on my jimmock. On me at the moment, it is here. So that's, I know I've got one rib left. My belly button's sort of here. And this one is here. And that's cropped as per the pattern. So this one in the measurements is actually a little bit shorter still. Now I really want it to go here, at least here. So I have a long way to go, but I'm still on the first 2 skeins. And I think I had 6 because I'm holding the lace weight doubled. And I have still got this much left of the first 2. So I've got plenty. So what I should do when I've run out of these ones, so when I come to the end of these, I will swap and move over and do the sleeves, and then I shall go back and do more on the body. I am using needles to jump the pattern calls for, which is 3.5mm on the body. And I think it's a size down for the ribbing, so 3.25. This colour work though is absolutely beautiful. Isn't that stunning? I'm really, really enjoying these sort of colour combos. So I don't remember where I got the stitch marker from. I know it was definitely an indie lady. She has a shop on Etsy, but I bought it 3 years ago. And I also bought a little donut at the time, but because, like I said, I changed everything in the last couple of months. I no longer have access to that Etsy account. I no longer have access to, you know, my old Instagram account where I showed them. Sorry. But it's polymer clay and what's that, resin stuff. So yeah. And to top it off, that is living in my ever so fluffy, because I have cats. I have 5 cats, and this project lives in the bedroom with me, so I can knit on it. This lives in my cat bag. This is one of my bags. This one is the medium size project bag that I make. Can't see my mouth. And it's got black lining, nice little zip. And yes. So that is I'm not working on something that I need to make a living on, knitting, which is lovely. It's so nice to be able to put down my knitting at the end of the day and go, oh, time to work on something just for me. So yes, oh, I left a ball of wool out. I put the black on the desk. Okay, so I have been busy trying to make new friends online, and you know, keeping ones that I class as actual friends. You know who you are. I found you first when I restarted, but I made a new friend purely by accident, and that friend is Harry, and Harry and I did a trade. So Harry was working on a coffin crochet blanket that I really want to make, and I can't wait for them to write up the pattern. But I know that they're taking their time because they want it to be done properly and use the correct terminology, and I'm just really excited. And I've already said to them, you know, I really want to test this for you because it's beautiful. So I have got one of these. I'm just going to put the lid on properly. I opened it earlier to get some stitch markers. Right, I have got one of these coffin resin trinket boxes, and I'll take the lid off. Isn't that beautiful? Now, Harry did this one specially for me because they'd done another one and they posted it on their Instagram feed, but I'm not a fan of gold. And that was the only thing that stopped me going, I'll trade for that one, please. Or I'll buy that one. Or however it was going to work. So I messaged them and said, would you be prepared to do one with silver? And they did, and it's amazing. And then I also got from Harry some stitch markers. So they gave me this little bony one. Oh, camera's there. You can't see because of me. Give me a little bony one. I hope you can see that. It's iridescent with a tiny bit of glitter, and it's amazing. And some of these coffins, aren't they just beautiful? So they're made of resin and they're progress keepers. But what I tend to do is, as different project, what I like to do is put, let's just find, there you go. So let's just do an example with the one of these. Okay. When I use progress keepers, I can use them all the time because I will just clip it onto a D-ring. Such a simple hack. It took me years to realise. I kept seeing all these stitch markers that I really liked, but I couldn't have because they were like this and they wouldn't work on my knitting. And then literally one day I was like, oh, I'm going to need that minute, and I'll put it on the stitch marker so I know where it is. You know, don't lose it, sort of thing. And yeah. So there we go. These are beauties. So Harry does lots of different, I'm going to pop those back in there. stitch markers and lots of different colourways and the coffins and everything else. They are Witchcrafter, I think. Again, I will put a doobly-doo here on the screen. Go and follow Harry on Instagram, and in their feed you will see when the next shop update is. I know that Harry works really hard on these and they're really good quality, so go and show them some love. I mean, they do different stitch markers, little boxes, and I think they do a few other bits as well, but mine's just gone blank. But yeah, very talented. So yes. Okay, so the final thing I want to talk to you today about is the yarns that went up into the shop update. I did a surprise shop update a couple of days ago over on curiostitches.com. So I'm going to show you some yarns that have gone up. I'm just going to move back a bit because they're in the laundry basket. Right, so the first colourway is Iolite. I'm dropping them. Okay, so this is Iolite on sport weight. And then on DK. So this is my DK base. Isn't that beautiful? So my DK is 200 meters per 100 grams. My sport, depending on which mill I get it from, is either 274 meters or 300 meters, but it does say on the description. And then I have got Moonstone, which I dyed on fingering weight, BFL and bamboo, so Blueface Leicester bamboo. There's these, and these are 400 meters per skein, per 100 grams. There is Crystal, which is these beauties, another 5 of these. And this is a sort of, it's grey, but it's also sort of a lavender. It's absolutely beautiful. There's this one. So that's Crystal. And then there is Sea Glass, which I can't pick up, which I absolutely love. Oh, it's got a piece of glitter on. Sea Glass, also on DK. So this is 100% merino. I love this one so much. It's so pretty. Very hard to photograph, but very pretty. And then finally, the one that I'm finding the hardest to part with, I dyed Swamp Thing on merino nylon and lurex. Now I dye on merino nylon lurex, and I dye on merino nylon stellina. They're both fingering weights, but the lurex one is a little bit plumper. Isn't that beautiful? Now I really want to knit myself a jumper with this. So I've said to myself that come Christmas, my reward can be to dye myself a jumper's quantity of this. There we go. So that's something. Those are all in my shop now, as well as notions pouches and things like that. You will find, if you do go onto curiostitches.com, there is a category called Curiosity Cabinet. Now that is destash. So it's yarns that they're perfectly fine. I'm just not going to knit with. From other dyers, there are a few that are sort of like my wonky cauldron colourways. So they're yarns that I've dyed and they've not come out quite right. Nothing wrong with them, just not. For example, if I dyed Moonstone and it came out too dark or very light, unless I wanted to, you know, put it through the dye pots again, if it was too light, that's fine. I can do that. But if it's too dark, then that becomes a wonky cauldron. See, it's exactly the same. So yes, so there are some wonky cauldrons. There are also things like spinning magazines. Next week, not tomorrow, next Friday, I'm doing a spindle de-stash. So I have got lots of spindles that I just don't use for hand spinning anymore. I still have a selection that I do like to use. I've got 5 that I love, and I found that they're my go-to ones, and the others I just don't use. So yes, they look nice in a jar, but I have really decluttered my life, and that includes getting rid of a heck of a lot of stuff. So the spindles will be up there next Friday as well, and there's ones from Golding, you know, there are ones from Etsy, there are ones from, oh, I can't remember his name, the one that did all the pencil spindles. Things like that are going to be on there. As well as, I am selling, for the same reason, because I just don't use it, I'm selling my Ashford e-spinner next Friday on the website. It may go up this Friday. It depends if I have enough time to take photographs and blah, blah, blah. So yes, there will be lots of things coming on the website that aren't typically what will be on there. So yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today. Next time I record, I will be talking to you about spinning stuff, because I've been working my way through a fleece. And I will have some more knitting to talk to you about, and some sewing, because I keep doing all these sewing projects and I don't talk about them. So I've decided that I should be doing a little bit of sewing talk, a little bit of fibre talk, knitting talk, cover everything basically. So if you wanted to see that in this episode, come back next time. Okay, so in typical YouTube style, which is really cringeworthy, but if you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It will really help to grow my channel, and I need my channel for my job. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Lots of love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.